To sleeve or not to sleeve, that is the question. I have a secret for you. You don't need a passport cover to protect your identity. Your passport is the most important document that you will carry when you travel. And let's go over some of the pros and cons, do's and don'ts of carrying your passport by itself or in a sleeve. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Your passport has RFID already built in. That's right. Any passport that has this little mark on it means there's a chip inside the cover of the passport that has all the information in about you and your passport. So when you give this to your customs or TSA agent, they're able to slip this into that machine and it's able to read what's in here to find out about you. The thing is as long as this is closed, you're RFID protected. So why would I carry a passport cover? I'm going to cover that in today's video. Now you might be thinking, well, Eunice, if they already have RFID built into the cover, why do I have to carry a passport sleeve or booklet? Well, you don't technically have to carry anything with you as long as this stays closed. But if you happen to slip this back into your bag and it opens up like this, it's actually exposed. That means that if you're near someone who has a reader, they could actually get information from this. So it's just a little bit extra protection to carry a sleeve. And I have a few that I want to show you and tell you why I would use them. This first one is a passport booklet. And this is where you would slip your passport right in here to keep it secure. It's also going to keep it physically protected, which is nice. And it has a place for other ID and other cards, so you can kind of keep everything together if you like that sort of thing. If you're using this booklet, you're probably going to have to remove your passport from it for a couple of reasons. Number one, they need to be able to scan what's in here. And like I said, when it's open, they'll be able to scan it. Some of these booklets like this actually prevent that scanning, and so they have to take it out. They also want to check to make sure that it doesn't have that little hole that's punched in it from an old passport that's expired that's sent back to you. Some people will take an old passport and forge it, and so this way they're able to check for that as well. Not all agents will ask you to remove it, but many will. I've had it most of the time where they ask me to remove it, so I tend to carry it in something different. But if you like a passport booklet like this, just be aware you might have to remove this. This passport cover has RFID built into it. And you're asking me, why would I need that? Well, technically you don't need it. It's just a little extra protection. This is a sleeve though. What I like about it is I can take this in and out nice and easily. So I can hand this over to customs and immigration and they can scan it easily. It also has a little pocket here to hold my passport card. And yes, I have a passport card. If you're a US citizen, you can order a passport card when you order your passport. This card allows US citizens to travel to Mexico and Canada, the Bahamas and Bermuda by sea or by land, but not by air. However, you can travel and use this as your identification in the United States, domestic travel by air, instead of your real ID or driver's license. So this is another great thing to have. Another reason why I carry this like this is if I am going into another country and I have my passport, which is the most important thing for me to get in and out and get back into the United States, I generally keep this locked up in my hotel room. So that way, unless I absolutely need it, it's there locked up and safe. And then if I want to carry this along with me, I can carry something like this along in my purse or something like that as a second form of identification. Or if I'm in the United States, a lot of times I will use this card as my card to actually get through TSA and things like that. That way, if my purse or something is stolen and I've lost my driver's license, I still have a way to get back home and I can order a new driver's license when I get home. I try to keep these things very protected all the time, and carrying them in something like this is a great idea. Again, physical protection as well as there is extra RFID. And if you do have a card like this, you're going to want to make sure it comes with this sleeve, that you keep it in the sleeve because it doesn't have a cover. This sleeve gives you RFID protection. And the next one I want to show you is this one right here. Because for me, a lot of times when I'm traveling internationally, I have to travel with two passports. This is my new passport because this one expired. And why am I using an expired passport? Well, this has all of my visas to the countries that I applied to, and they're still valid. So that means that this passport, although not valid for travel, it does have visas in it. So I have two, one that's a passport and one that's basically a visa holder. And I like to keep it in this little one because this leather one allows me to be able to fit two passports in here at the same time. This one does not have RFID, but again, as long as they're closed, I don't have to worry about any information being stolen. And if I do want to carry this extra one with me or any other things that they're going to give me in the country that I'm in, I can keep everything in here and keep everything organized. These are all leather, and I like that they're all leather because they just tend to wear nicely and get softer with time. And again, I just like having my passport protected and everything organized. So those are the reasons why, even though it's RFID protected, I still carry passport covers. The other reason why I like to carry a passport cover is in many countries, they give you a little piece of paper. When you come through customs, they give you something, and it may or may not be stamped, that has the date of entry on it and some information about you. And in some countries, they are going to require you to carry that around with you and possibly carry your passport around with you so that if you're stopped for anything, you have information showing that, yes, I entered the country on this date. And also, when you're ready to leave the country, you're going to need that piece of paper to get through customs again to exit the country. For example, in China, they'll give that to you and you'll have to bring that back when you want to exit the country. And if you don't have it, that could be a problem. They have to have that so they can just verify that you were able to come in the country legally and you're leaving legally as well. So these are great ways to be able to slip those little bits of information or any of those little pieces of paper that they give you when you're traveling in here so that everything's together and not squirreled away in some pocket somewhere where it could get lost.
This is also a great place to keep your emergency contact information in case your phone is broken or stolen, or you're unconscious and they need to get a hold of someone back home to let them know something's happened to you.
So, do you use a booklet or sleeve when you travel? Let me know in the comments below. And let me know how many of you who use a booklet like this have been asked to remove your passport. I'd like to just get a read on that because I've been asked to do it, but some people said they haven't. Let me know in the comments below. Well, thanks for joining me today on that video. And as usual, remember to juice life, drink the joy, keep life simple, keep your passport organized and protected. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. The oopsie mark on it, it probably by sea or by air. I'm sorry. Can I screw that up anymore? Little, what is it called? Why am I losing my mind today? Okay, take four.